Welcome to the unboxing of this LG B9. Now, I was thinking what TV to get. I wanted to get an OLED and I was thinking, shall I go B9 or C9? Choices out there. I looked at it and I thought to myself, well actually, is there much difference between the B9 and the C9? After seeing lots of reviews, I noticed that the main difference is actually the price. But what are the features like? We're soon going to find out. Let's take a look at the box first. It comes in this lovely box. You can just see it just says quality all over it. As soon as you look at it, you just know that you're in for something quite special. We've got the 55-inch. And you can see it says LG OLED TV AI Think Q. Down the side of the box, it gives you the model number, 55 B9, which is the model number, 55 being the inches, B9 being the model number. OLED display, Think AI, and also it's got the A7 second generation intelligent processor. It also supports Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. And for those of you that are not too familiar with Dolby Atmos, that is the latest sound out at the moment, and that's what everybody's raving about. So over here it just says world's best selling OLED brand. Okay, so they've actually given themselves 5 stars. I don't know who's verified that, but apparently they are the world's best selling OLED brand. And down the bottom here you've got NVIDIA G-Sync, and it's compatible with Apple AirPlay and Apple HomeKit. Now, I also believe that on this you can also have Google Assistant, and I'm pretty sure you can also have Amazon Alexa, but we're going to have a look at that later. So that's the box. Now it's time for the most important bit, the unwrapping. So just before we unbox this beauty, I just wanted to mention that when you get this TV, you get these 2 straps. Now, these are really, really important, and I'll just mention them and mention the reason why. Firstly, they're obviously used to lift the actual box. So if you're carrying it from room to room, you're going to be carrying it with these straps, okay? So they are lifting straps. But more importantly, it holds the bottom of the box in place. So once you cut these, in effect, the whole bottom will fall out or the whole top will come off. So you need to make sure it's in a place that you're ready to unbox this TV. So I'm going to be using my cameraman in a minute to help me take this back onto the floor, and then we can open this up and see what's inside the box. Okay, so my cameraman's now helped me get this on the floor. I haven't got a pair of scissors, okay, but I have got a bread knife, and hopefully that'll do the job. So I'm going to just cut away at the 2 straps first and pull them out. Make sure they're discarded carefully because it is plastic, and we want to save the ocean and all of that. So let's go ahead and just slice this box open, nice and gently, but I'm sure there's a lot of protection in there anyway. Okay, and let's see what we've got inside. So we've got polystyrene, we've got a bag of bits and bobs, okay, so we'll have a look at that shortly. And we've got a back cover, which is obviously for the back of the TV, probably cable management. Let's take the first bit of polystyrene out. Well, straight away, just looking inside the box, have a look how thin that is. Look at that on the top. Without even getting it out, that is absolutely insane. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. That is just insane. In fact, if I've got a phone or something, yes, here we go. This is my Samsung Note 10 here. Let's have a look at it. That's a Samsung Note 10 against the edge of the bezel. Look at that. That is, I would say, less than half the thickness of a mobile phone. and that's a brand new mobile phone. Absolutely insane. Right, we've got something else down here which can come out. Okay, so this is the stand. Doesn't feel very sturdy, but that is the stand. Now, I'm pretty sure what we need to do, remember what I said when you cut the bands away? It releases the box. So the TV will still stay upright there, so it's safe. And I think that's a good idea for when we have to put the stand on in a minute. Got some polystyrene, we can use that polystyrene actually, again, to rest the TV on, so we can put the stand on. So I think that is everything in the box. Polystyrene, 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 stand, back plate, bag of bits and bobs. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm going to need my cameraman again, but this time when we come back, we're going to have a look at putting the stand on. Okay, so we've got a bag. Let's see what's inside the bag. So we've got what looks to be part of, well, it says it actually on it, cable management. So there's a clip there. We've got 4 screws. Well, these look like they are for the stand. In case anybody's interested, you can see here, okay, what the energy rating is on it. It's in between A and A plus, 107 watts, okay, 148 kilowatts an hour, for anyone that's interested in that. And conveniently, it's a sticker so you can stick it on the back of your TV also. Okay, we got an owner's manual. We've got longer lasting cover for your product. Now, you know, look, a lot of people have spoken about OLEDs having screen burn. I've actually witnessed a couple of them with various different types of screen burn, which is not necessarily an image burnt on the screen. They do suffer from problems and they can be problematic. Do not go and buy an OLED second hand unless it's got a warranty, okay? And this one's obviously new, so it comes with a manufacturer's warranty. Okay, activate your free guarantee. So it's just saying that we've got a guarantee confirmation code here. It doesn't say how long the guarantee is for though. I'll need to look into that. But make sure you've got one of those. I keep on going on about this because these are just so important. If you get OLED, make sure you got a guarantee. A little bit like if you was getting a Range Rover, you wouldn't buy one without a warranty, would you? Because if they go wrong, they are really, really expensive. We've got another manual and it's got a QR code that you can also download the instructions with. We've got the Magic Remote instructions there, which is cool. We'll go through that shortly and have a look at that. And we've got some other bits and bobs regarding guarantees, etc. So that's that. Also in there, we've got the Magic Remote with an information user guide. And we've got the all-important Bexel batteries, okay? So they even give you the batteries to throw in the remote, which I'm sure they're pretty good ones, although I've never heard of the brand. Okay, just having a look quickly around the remote, very similar to the Magic remotes that we are all used to. The difference that I can notice on this one to my old LG is that it's got a Netflix button, and it's also got a Prime Video button, and it's also got a Movies button. And apart from that, everything else is pretty much what we remember it to be. Home button, voice activation button, obviously your settings button, okay, your on off button, etc., your keypad. Okay, so there's your Magic Remote. And then we've just got another bag here, and this looks like, again, part of the cable management that you will get with this TV. Again, you know, if you're thinking about getting the B9 or the C9, I know the C9's a couple of £100 or a few $100 extra than the B9. when I researched it extensively, there is such a minor difference between the two TVs. Okay, the only real difference that stands out for me is that the C9 has a metal stand. It's more aesthetically pleasing, that stand, because it's elongated, it stretches across the whole of the bottom of the TV, where the B9 has a more plastic stand with a metal base, not as heavy, not as premium feeling, but the picture quality on the B9 is absolutely superb. So I've been told, we're soon going to see it. But you know, if you're going to make that choice, for me the deciding factor was to save a bit of money and to invest in a decent soundbar. For you it may be different. You may want to go for the C9 just because it is the slightly newer model. It uses the AI9 as opposed to the AI7. Again, looking at them side by side, you can do your own searches on Google. There's not much difference. Anyhow, having a look at the stand it comes with. So it's got this lovely brushed finish. I don't know what colour you'd say that is. It's not silver, it's almost like a dark kind of gunmetal silver, I don't know. But anyway, you've got down here LG OLED, which is nice. It says it on the bottom there. And this is what will attach to the back of the TV. So let's go and have a quick look. So I've used a bit of the polystyrene on the table to support the TV while I do this. And we have a look. It looks quite straightforward. So in effect, this stand will just slot in there like that. So I'm going to need to pull it down a bit. And that's how it's going to slot in, using the 4 screws provided. Okay, so we're just using 4 small screws or bolts to secure the base. It uses a Phillips, or you may know it as a crosshead. And they're only tiny little screws, but I can feel it getting really nice and rigid. So they definitely do the job. Again, just make sure that they're tight, but don't over tighten them. It's very easy to over tighten screws and round off the heads. So as soon as you feel it pinching and you're getting tight, give it another quarter turn and leave it, it's done. And this little plastic bit that we saw before is obviously some part of the cable management, but that is going to clip in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the TV in its place. We need my cameraman again, and then we'll come back and we'll turn it on and have a look at the outside of it. Okay, so we're down to the final bit now, really, the unveiling, yeah, the big reveal. So it's all come down to this. You've got some protective cover here that you can just open up. So let's get this off first. It's like very, very thin polystyrene. And then we can appreciate the true beauty of this TV. Okay, so just want to quickly go around the screen, just show you what you've got here. So obviously now we've got the stand on, we can see, to be fair, it actually has got a really, really nice low profile. Now, while that may cause you a problem with your sound bars, okay, you could put a sound bar behind, or you could have this mounted on the wall, which would look phenomenal. But the reason that is because LG want the sound to be transmitted downwards and then out to the room. Okay, so it's all got something to do. It's a specific reason why they've done it that way, but it's all for sound recreation and for your pleasure. We've got one of these sticky films on the TV, which I'm going to take great pleasure in pulling off, but I can tell you now, my cameraman, who also happens to be my son, absolutely hates me doing that. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to do it anyway. If we just have a look around the back, again, we've got a protective layer here, which I'm going to pull off now, so we can just see what the back's like. Now, I don't know if the camera can catch that. It's a very, very nice premium brushed effect. It's really nice. Even down here, again, although that's plastic, it looks like it's aluminium. It looks really, really nice. Now, if we come to the other side, we're going to see the inputs very quickly. So we've got the card slot, which I don't even know what that does, but we've got one of those. We've got HDMI 1, 2, 3, USB 1. We've also got HDMI in 4, a USB 2, a USB 3. We've got a satellite, we've got a cable, we've got audio, we've got optical, and we've got LAN or whatever you call it. But to be fair, what I'm going to be doing this is just running Sky through it. So all I'm going to be using is one of the HDMIs, and I'm going to be plugging a soundbar into it. So aesthetically, overall, I like the look of the TV. I think 55 inches is big enough for a standard sized room. Our room's not that big. I thought about the 65. It just looks too big. You know, if you was going to have a 65, I would just urge you, mount it on the wall. Okay, on a TV cabinet, probably not looking that good. But anyhow, that's on. It does even say here, look, activate your free guarantee. You must do that. You've got to call them up and activate that guarantee. If this baby goes wrong and you've not sorted out your guarantee, I can tell you now, you're looking at a cost that is going to exceed the original purchase price. At the moment, these screens have come down in price. There's fantastic deals at John Lewis. There's fantastic deals at Curry's. Have a look, go online. And at the moment, I don't know if you guys can see, this is quite a recent video, okay? So we're in this lockdown at the moment because of the coronavirus. So, you know, I thought it may be a good time to upgrade the TV, because I had to buy, before everyone starts to slate me, I had to buy an essential fridge because our fridge broke anyway. So they were coming out to me anyway. But they are still delivering. Curry's is delivering, AO is delivering, John Lewis is delivering, so you can still get your electronics there. They're only offering doorstep deliveries, so they're being safe, okay? We're being safe also, because they're not asking us to sign paperwork, they're leaving it there. We can go out there once they've gone and collect our TV or our merchandise and bring it in the house. Okay, it also supports their jobs, because they need to earn money also. Big shout out to all the NHS, obviously, phenomenal work. But yeah, in terms of the TV, fantastic TV, great looking, modern, contemporary, sleek. It just ticks all the boxes. I just hope when I turn it on shortly, the picture quality is going to be just as good as how the TV looks. Thanks for watching. See you again on my next unboxing video.